Hello. Oh, okay. So that works. Twitch.tv/PanMurnan. That's me. Okay. Now I'm just streaming. Oh my god, I needed to change my title. Pedal and Metal. That's what I'm gonna call it. Pedal and Metal. Just chatting. Hello everybody. My name is Pan Moran, your local night terror. And what am I doing today? That's a very good question. That's a very good question that does have answers. Let's go move stuff. That's a very good question. Very good question that does have answers. Basically, today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pedaling while I stream. I was going to be standing on the pedal, but apparently it's too unbalanced for that. So I'm instead going to be sitting down, pedaling with my legs, and streaming. Hi there, Granny Toe Crust! Hello! Welcome to the stream! Yeah, I'm just going to be sitting here today, I guess exercising, kinda? I guess that's what you mortals would call it. Oh! But yeah, I'm just gonna be pedaling, and I'm gonna be just yapping to myself. It's been like a kind of how'd I say it? It's been a kind of tiring day for me. My job involves, like, things from around the country of the United States. And with the hurricane that just hit, it's been nuts. Like, a lot of the sites that I look at have lost power. And, like, a lot of the damage I've seen has been crazy. Hold on. Actually, let me go and adjust the way I look real quick. I wonder if that's better. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Now I'm just moving along. But yeah, this hurricane has been really crazy. I really hope that everyone that's in the area is safe, because I was seeing people that were like driving on this bridge in Florida, and like the bridge was like beyond their knees. That's got to be at least over a foot or two of water, I feel like. Because it was like, their wheels in their car were just completely gone. And that's just scary to think about. Like, you could easily just be swept away from, like, water. I think scientists said before that, like, even just an inch of... Was it an inch? I believe it was like an inch of running water is enough to make you lose balance and do damage. But then you think about, like, feet, and it's like... It's scary thinking about that. So I hope the people are okay. Most of what I have to worry about where I'm from is just tornadoes. And tornadoes are very sudden, and they're very fast, and they are very scary too, because they're very destructive. No one is ever prepared for where they're going to hit, and you just kind of have to go about it with luck. Luck of being like, okay, maybe I'm not going to be the person getting hit. It's still spooky to think of, though. I do think out of all the natural disasters that I have seen before, I think the thing that scares me the most are definitely sinkholes. Because when I think of sinkholes, it's like... Imagine you're just driving. You're just driving and then suddenly you're thrown into this gigantic hole. Who knows how deep it is? Like, most people that have, like, gone into sinkholes don't come back out alive. That's terrifying. Like, tornadoes are bad too, because, you know, they're fast, you get blown around, blown away. You can't even rely on grabbing the ground, because that can be thrown away too. It picks up, like, tons of weight, just the wind does. But you at least have that warning of it's about to happen. But with sinkholes, the only warning is, like, the ground nearby, looking at it. Does it look like there's a bunch of cracks in it? Like issues with the foundation or things like that? That's when you're like, oh, maybe I need to be careful here. But it's still a spooky thing to me. It's still something I wouldn't ever want to encounter, I feel like. Just drinking some water. But yeah, it's been... Because of that whole hurricane, my work has been very hectic today. Like, just having to monitor the storm and all that type of thing. I'm glad that at least all the people that, all the people that work over at our branches that are over in Florida, they're all safe, to my knowledge. And I'm very happy about that. Because it's like, okay, good. Everyone's safe, everyone's good. And as long as people are safe, that's all that matters to me. Like, I feel like that's what is the most important. I don't know what else I could talk about today. I'm mainly just exercising for the heck of it, because I'm like, I feel like this is something I should be doing more of anyway. I actually recently messaged my mom because, I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight myself, and I messaged my mom. I was like, hey mom, do you know of any, what are they called? Indoor heated pools that I could swim in? Because the thing is, when it comes to the health issues I have a specific type of arthritis and other health issues. And my doctor always tells me that I should focus on low impact exercises. One of those, you know, is walking, but another one would easily just be like swimming. And I feel like swimming in a heated pool would be something that would be very easy for me to do. Because it's... the heat from the pool eases the muscles and makes you feel better, and you're able to exercise for longer because of it. I already feel like I'm able to exercise for a long period of time from swimming, because I actually know how to swim. I can do like the front pedals, the thing where you like shove your arm forward, you have the other arm to your side. I forget all their names, but I can do a lot of different types of swimming things, and that's because, like, when I was a kid, I used to love swimming. Like, swimming was just this really fun thing that I loved doing all the time. Like, I loved going to places like Hurricane Harbor, which is this, like, water-based amusement park, where I live. And I think they have a bunch of places around this United States too, but it's this really interesting place where they have things like a lazy river where you can get in and the water current will just take you wherever. They have a wave pool where, usually the wave pool will be calm, but it goes very deep. And after a certain period of time, they'll start making waves, and these waves will be small and get bigger and bigger and bigger until they can, like, easily engulf you. And it's really fun to just swim in. Like, it's fun swimming there because I'm like, I know how to safely be a swimmer. So I feel pretty comfortable knowing that I'm not in any danger. I wonder if I'm doing something wrong here. Oh my god, the pedal thing turned on, actually. It's actually counting what I'm doing today. Okay. Sure, why not? I didn't expect it to do that. I thought it was just one of those things where I just flop it on the ground and I start using it and then it goes. But yeah, this is pretty cool. But yeah, that's why I really want to try getting like going to a place with an indoor heated pool. Indoor because I don't want to worry about getting sunburned while I'm trying to exercise. I'm trying to get healthy, not get dangerous again. But yeah, there's quite a few places around me that have that type of thing going. Ooh, what is going on over here? I'm just scrolling through Twitter now. I love how a lot of people still call it Twitter instead of X. It's just really funny to think about that there's all these people that are like, ooh, there's all these people that are like, oh man, Twitter got its name changed, and they just refuse to use the new name. It's like a type of solidarity that's really funny that we all kind of agree on. I also think later on today I'm going to try to launch one of my video games to see if I'm able to play it while I'm streaming. Because it's kind of like it's a bit more of an intensive video game. It's the MMO called Once Human. I've been playing that a lot with my friends lately, and I just really want to play. I really just want to play. I want to hop in there and I want to work on my house because my current house is not that great. It's basically like a floating place in an island. I originally wanted to... Okay, so in the game Once Human, there's these like kind of, hold on, I need to adjust the pedal thing. Okay. Oh god. Okay, there we go. So in this thing called Once Human, there's basically these boss locations you can go to that are called monoliths. They're called monoliths. And bosses spawn in them that you have to go and beat with other people. It's like raid bosses, you know? And I was like, oh, that's really cool, because like the outside of the monolith looks very, very similar to how the okay, I need to adjust this again. Sorry. Is this good? I think this is good. I think. Okay, yeah, that's a bit better. So the outside of the monoliths are very, very similar to the type of walls that can be used called marble. And I was like, ooh, what if I make myself like a personal monolith? That'd be so dope. And then I like tried it and I was like, I feel like I made a mistake. Because I was like, I got all the way through the first floor of what the monolith would have been, and I was like, wow, how many spaces did that take? And I look and it's like, that took 350. And mind you, you only have 700 blocks of space to work with. So I was like, fuck. I guess I'm not doing that. But yeah, that was my plan, because I really wanted to, like, the character that I use in this game... Oh, actually, you know what? I'm adjusting this again. I'm sorry. I keep adjusting it, but it's because it keeps sliding along the carpet. So I'm thinking... maybe that'll fix it? Ow. I just scratched myself against my table. Ouch. Okay. I hope this works. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is working fine. But yeah, I really wanted to have it so that my, what do you call it? My base would be kind of similar to what you would see in an area of Once Human, where it'd be like, oh, what's this thing? What is this building? It looks like something that, would occur in the game. And that's what I'm kind of aiming for, because I want it to be something that people see and they're like, ooh, Where did this come from? Is this a new thing? But no, it's just my base. I like that type of idea. I'm a bit silly for liking that type of thing, but I do. Okay, this thing just keeps sliding. This is going to make me lose my mind. Yes, up in here. Up in here. Okay. Okay, I don't know why it's making that noise when I pedal sometimes. Okay, we're going. We're going. We're doing this thing. Whew. But yeah, it's been a very, very tiring type of day, I feel like. Oh, my dinner's done. Okay, I'll probably want to actually stop pedaling then for now. Since dinner's done. Oh. Oh. Okay. So I guess I will try to play my game, see if I can. Which first involves just launching it through Steam, which... God, pray for me. I agree to the updated Steam... Oh yeah, I saw about this. The new Steam subscriber agreement thing. Yeah, I think this is a pretty healthy thing they did. At least from what I read and my lack of lawyer knowledge, it looks like it was a healthy option. Whew. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be launching Once Human in Steam. Okay, good. It has no updates, which is good, because it had an update yesterday, and I was a bit worried that the update hadn't actually gone through. I'm going to have to check the game and how it launches on my end to see if it actually looks good, too. I'm a bit worried about that. Alright. The game's loading. My computer's whirring. It's going crazy right now. So, for dinner today, I'm having this thing called Bacon Noodle Surprise, which is basically some noodles with cabbage, sour cream, and bacon. And yeah, that's basically the summary of it. Yeah, I'm really curious about if this is going to have any issues on my actual thing or not, to be honest. God, I wonder what the patch had in it. It's still downloading and updating. And I'm looking at my model, and my model looks pretty decent still. There's no lagging, no glitching yet. No lagging or no glitching yet. Which is a good sign. God, can you hear my fan? It is going off today. It's like streaming while playing a game? I don't know about that. That's awful sus, dude. And I'm like, fair. That's valid. The game must be restarted. Okay. Okay, game must be restarted. Okay, let's relaunch it then. Let's relaunch it. How about that? How about them apples, What you gonna do about that now? What the fuck did I just read? There was something that just said countered something on my screen, and I was like, what? What is that? What does that have to do with once human? I really hope this works. I would really like to be able to game while I do this, honestly. Like, if I can't play in Once Human, it's gonna suck, but it's like, eh. It just means that I'm eventually going to need a, what do you call it? I'm eventually gonna just need a better computer, basically. Why are you making me adjust my settings again? Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Hello. Oh, my mouse died! What? Bro! I'm just trying to live my life. Why did my mouse die? Do I at least have the cord for charging it in here? Bro, do I not have... Oh my god, I don't even have the cord to charge my... Do you ever feel like a plastic bag, drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel already buried deep? I forget how the rest of the song goes. I'm very saddened right now that I can't play my game that I wanted to play. I'm very sad. But yeah. I'm trying to think about anything else that's really been happening lately. One thing I've realized is that it's kind of difficult finding people to collab with as a new VTuber. Like, reminder to everybody, I did used to be a content creator on YouTube. I used to be a Flesh streamer. That's the type of thing I used to do. I decided, you know what? I want a fresh start. Because I didn't like being a Flesh tuber. I felt a lot more judgmental of myself and my own looks as a Flesh tuber, because I was like, I guess the way to put it is that I don't know if I'm attractive or not. What I know is that I am not my own type. And I guess that's the best way that I can describe that. It's just, yeah, I'm not my own type. I'm definitely someone's, but not mine. So, every time that I would start streaming, every time I'd make a video, I would do videos like vlogs or stories. I dabbled a little bit with the animation. And every time I did stuff like that, I always felt like I was being judged. I do remember one of the first comments I had was like, you need to grow more muscle. You need to grow more muscle because, like, you would look great with, like, ripped muscles around your shoulders. They would complement something. And it wasn't necessarily a bad comment. But, like, it was a comment that I was not wanting, if that makes sense. Like, it's like, okay, you should be more muscular. Okay, but I don't really... That's not exactly something that I asked for. Like, I didn't ask for, oh, how do I look? What do I need to change about my body? Like, that type of stuff. It's not anything I really asked for. So when I when I was like a flesh streamer, I was like always editing my videos, and a lot of times when I talk now, you'll hear me go and I'll have like weird spaces and stuff like that. But I would always cut those out. I'd always cut those out because it's like I can get rid of all of the mistakes of who I am. And I guess that's part of why I want to be a VTuber too, is to more so embrace the mistakes that do make up who I am instead of just the highlights of the person that is me. But man, I completely went off topic. What I was going to say was just that, like, I feel like I have been having difficulty reaching out to people for collabs. And part of the reason why I find it difficult is because meeting new people is scary. It's a scary thing to do, you know? And when I meet somebody that's new, I automatically want to know, okay, are you a cool person? Do you support LGBT? Are you against racism? Are you against sexism? Like, the last thing I want to be is like in a stream with somebody who's just throwing the R slur everywhere. Or even like, yeah, just like anything bad like that. Because I don't want to associate myself with bad people. And I don't want to build up a actual friendship or partnership with somebody just for them to turn around and be bad, you know? I don't want to be implicated in the mistakes that someone else makes. And that's why I'm like, very much, who do I reach out to? What do I even do? How do I deal with this? I see a lot of people on Twitter, and they talk about like, oh, please direct message me if you're a mutual so I can collab with you. Or please do this or that. Please follow me so I know I can follow you and we can do potential collabs and stuff. And it might even just be that I'm not that extroverted. But I see things like that and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. But like, what happens if you're hanging out and then you're like, oh, I don't like this person. And it's not like a, oh, I can work with this person. It's not like that type of thing. It's like a, oh, this person believes that space lasers are real type of thing. It's kind of scary to think about. And I think it might just be me also not having much faith in humanity. Because in some aspects, I really try to have hope. But in some, I'm just like, nah. I've seen stupidity win too many times. No, I've seen stupidity and ignorance win too many times. And when I think of stupidity, I don't mean somebody that isn't smart. I mean somebody that refuses to learn. So, stupidity and ignorance has won too many times for me to be like, to have a lot more hope in what humanity is, if that makes sense. Oh, I love this food. I wonder if there's anything interesting going on Twitter. I think about that sometimes. Oh yeah, I guess there's a lot of stuff that happened. TwitchCon happened recently. And I've heard a lot of mixed stories about this year's TwitchCon. And I'm kind of scared for if I ever went there. Because part of me really wants to go. I want to go to the meet and greets to meet some of the people that I'm really big fans of. But part of me is also like, I don't want to have to be wary around so many people. It's kind of scary to think about. Then again, man, I've really said that it's kind of scary to think about a lot recently, haven't I? Oh my god, have y'all seen the newest animated stuff with Shadow the Hedgehog? It looks so cool. Like, I feel like I know a lot about Sonic's lore. Sonic the Hedgehog specifically. I don't know much about a lot of the other people's lore. I know the lore about Knuckles. I don't know much about Amy Rose. I don't know much about Shadow or Rouge or any of them. And so they recently showed this enemy that you'd fight against, Emerald, I think that's their name. And I saw that and I was like, oh my god, I've never seen this person before. Like, I've just flat out never seen this person. And it's crazy to think about, like, all these characters in the Sonic universe, and there's almost always people that you can see that you've just never actually seen before. Man. Oh my god, yeah, the Kingdom Hearts news. Oh my god. So, one very interesting thing about Nomura from Kingdom Hearts is that he said that, like, this next story is winding down to the end of Kingdom Hearts as a story overall. And I'm very happy about that. Like, it's really good when people create stories knowing when the end they want to occur is. And there might be other stories that can be told on the side, but knowing when to end something, it takes a lot of courage to be able to do. And Nomura said himself that he's working towards his own retirement as soon as he finishes it. So I think he really just wants to tell the story of Sora, the wielder of the Keyblade that was never supposed to be the wielder. It's really interesting to me, because, like, I think about Kingdom Hearts, and I think about how the person that has darkness and light in their heart is supposed to be the person that gets the Keyblade and becomes the Keyblade Master. But Sora doesn't have much darkness left in him. The only time he turned dark was when, you know, he got forced into a Heartless. But even then, like, it's just really crazy to think about how much light is in that man, and the Keyblade still chose him. And I wonder if the Keyblade chose him because they saw how much darkness there was in the world that, you know, he would have to face. Because it does feel overwhelmingly like the forces of darkness were much more stronger and put together than what the power of light actually had in the game itself. But yeah, that's just something that I was thinking about personally, because it's just like, there's so much lore and so much stuff that happens in the Kingdom Hearts universe that is very difficult for a lot of people to understand unless if you played every single game. And I like stories like that, but I know that's not the thing for everybody else. Like Metal Gear Solid, Kingdom Hearts, Homestuck, there's all sorts of stories out there that have very winding and confusing plot points, and it makes you have to think a lot about it. But I like that type of stuff. I like being able to talk about theories and all that type of thing. That's why I also like Pokemon, I feel like, because I go into the very theory-esque area of Pokemon. Like, one person I've been watching a lot of is Loxton and Noggin. He usually works with Terminal Montage on a lot of the videos that they make. Like, you might have seen them, like the, all megas versus each other, or all Gigantamaxes, all baby Pokemon, like all legendaries fighting each other. Like, and he has reasonings based off of what the Pokedex explains on why all of these people would get wiped out when, and at what point a winner would be chosen. And one of my favorite ones is actually the legendary one, because Necrozma versus Arceus is so cool looking. Like, that entire scene of, I think it was Arceus and all of its hands reaching towards Necrozma. So cool, so badass. Man, there's... Sorry, that was the bug zapper in my room again. There's a lot of stuff and nothing happening from Twitter right now. I'm just going through all of it because I'm like, what is occurring? Oh, so in Sonic... So they also released a bunch of different outfits for Sonic Forces. And it's honestly pretty interesting because I've seen a lot of the older Sonic games, but I've never seen the Night Sonic thing. And I thought that was very cool looking, just because I like night stuff. But I'm also someone that's a big fan of Elden Ring, so shocker, right? Okay, I'm switched. Oh, hello, Lunite! Lunite76, hello, hello. I'm just eating and talking about Kingdom Hearts, honestly. I need to get through my food. But yeah, like, it's very interesting knowing that Nomura decided, like, he saw Kingdom Hearts, saw where it was going, and he's like, okay, I'm going to work my way towards the ending of it. Because I think he also said something similar about Final Fantasy as well, where he's like, he wants to reach the end of Final Fantasy as well. And there's something really poetic about a game that was the last hope for a company becoming, like, coming to an end. Like, the actual Final Fantasy. It's something interesting to think about. I was going to actually be, like, walking and talking during the stream, but dinner got done a lot faster than I thought it would. But then, also, when I was walking, this thing is, like, super loose. I need to figure out how to make this, like, tighter so that I can use it more. I thought I'd be able to stand on it, but it's so unbalanced. That's just not something that's possible, I think. At least not possible right now. I do think one of the best ways for me to be able to exercise and stuff is probably just going to have to be through swimming, though. Low impact exercises, the doctor's order. Man, I really want to play Pokemon on here. I wonder what if I just started playing a bunch of Pokemon games. I think that'd be really fun. But I feel like I also want to play Pokemon fan games just to see how they go. You know, actually, I wonder if there's any categories for Pokemon games. Like, let's see, Pokemon Unite, trading cards. There's Pokemon Go on here. Emerald, Explorers of Sky. Oh man, I love the Mystery Dungeon games. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, Mega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Special Pikachu, Pokemon Edition Reloaded, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue and Red Rescue Team. They have quite a few here. Pokemon Anil, Pokemon Auto Chess. I was just mainly curious about if they had any of the like fan games and stuff like that, because there's a few fan games that I've heard about that I'm interested in trying. I just never really got around to, because I'm a big Pokemon fan. I've been a fan of Pokemon like ever since I was a kid, basically. I literally watched every single episode of Pokemon up until the 5th generation started. The 5th generation is when I finally fell out of it. And that's crazy to think about. I watched every single episode of Pokemon up until the 5th generation. Crazy! I even have some Pokemon movies that I need to catch up on too. Like, I've thought about doing that too, because I have a friend that is really, really into Pokemon too, and I'm like, maybe we should actually go through and, what's it called? Maybe we should go through and have like a Pokemon movie marathon. That'd be fun, right? And I'm like, yeah, we should definitely do that. That sounds like a hell of a lot of fun. But we just haven't been able to line up our schedules for it at all. And there's so many marathons that I need to deal with, and it's so crazy. Like, not recently, it was like a year or so, probably longer actually. I did a Lord of the Rings marathon with someone, and like we watched the whole thing all together, and that was my first time viewing any of the Lord of the Ring movies. So of course they made me watch the whole extended edition thing, and I was like, okay, thank you for doing this. Now, I'm going to make you watch the entirety of Steven Universe, including Steven Universe the movie and Steven Universe Future. That's my goal for you. That's what you're going to be watching with me. Handcuffed and tied up to the chair, with nowhere to go, nowhere to escape, you're forced to watch the things that I like now. And so I have to find time to watch that with them, and then I need to... go ahead and, oh my god, what's it called? Plan for the Pokemon movies, too. And then I still need to help my friend out with playing Elden Ring, because I love watching people play Elden Ring. It's really, really fun watching them. And I'm just like, I want to see them go through it, see them react to the different things. And it's the same person that got me into Lord of the Rings, and I'm like, I think you would like Elden Ring. It has a lot of inspiration from there that you'd be like, ooh. Like, that's how I felt when I watched Lord of the Rings, is that it was very interesting seeing... Oh, hi, Black Batty. I was just talking about Lord of the Ring, and it's like Elden Ring. So yeah, like with Elden Ring, it's very interesting, because I started playing Elden Ring way before I ever watched Lord of the Rings. And like when I saw Lord of the Rings, I was like, oh my god, it's so interesting seeing where all the inspiration first came from. Like, seeing the inspiration backpedaling on that, it's so interesting. Because most of the time, like, let's say you're a Homestuck fan. You're a Homestuck fan, you go to Undertale, you go to Deltarune, you can see the evolution and like the evolution and how things changed, what references still exist. And from Lord of the Rings to Elden Ring, I was able to see so much, and it kind of makes me want to re-experience Elden Ring. Now, mind you, I haven't beaten the DLC. I've seen people play it, but I haven't had the time to actually play it myself. And I think if I ever did stream it, I would just want to start a new save anyway. I do think it'd be cool to start, what's it called? Start an Elden Ring, like, session with a bunch of friends. So it's like 4 of us just going through whole areas and beating bosses together. I think that'd be pretty fun. But hello, Black Batty. You love Lord of the Rings? That's cool. What are some of your favorite things about it? Like, is there like a specific favorite part of it that you have? Or like, favorite movie? Favorite characters? I really loved, Gimli. And I liked, Sam and Frodo as well. They're all just such strong characters. And I don't mean physically, I mean like emotionally and mentally strong. I really like the idea of characters that become corrupted. And you could definitely see that happening with Frodo. Like, he was getting messed up over time. I always find myself going back to Sam's speech at the end of Two Towers. It's such a beautiful speech. That's valid. That's valid. Yeah, like, Sam cared about Frodo so damn much. Like, everyone needs someone that's like a Sam in their life, I feel like. Sam did everything to make sure Frodo could get to the mountain and throw that in the volcano. He did so much to make sure that could occur. And he did it. Sam is the true hero of Lord of the Rings in my mind. He absolutely is. Because there's some characters that you could have taken out of it, and it was still like an if. Like, it was still maybe they could have done it without this character. But if you took Sam out of it, there's no way. There's no way they could have been able to go through with everything. But yeah, I don't know why, but I just really like medieval fantasy. Like, Lord of the Rings, Elden Ring, D&D, a lot of that stuff is based off of like medieval fantasy and whimsy and that type of stuff. And maybe it's because I still enjoy like all my childhood antics and things that are in my mind. I'm not sure. I'm getting down to the last bit of my food. You definitely love medieval fantasy? Yeah. I don't know what is it that you think about medieval fantasy is it that draws people into it so affectionately? I feel like a lot of the stories that we hear about are stories of the knights and the princesses and the dragons. And maybe that's just part of that like childhood whimsy type of thing. But I'm not sure. I just think about it. I think a lot about, like, what is it that draws so many people to love this type of thing? Like, for, like, D&D, like, everybody has game nights. They're not always necessarily tabletop games. Sometimes they can be blackjack, sometimes they can be Uno, sometimes they can be the Mystery of the House on the Hill or whatever it's called. But D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, just had such a big following. Same thing with the Souls franchise. There was just something about that mystical medieval time period that really got everybody thinking and feeling. I go to a Renaissance fair every year and we do costumes and everything. I got my ass kicked in the Souls games. I mean, that's part of the Souls games. It's about getting your ass kicked so that you can get up and kick ass harder. It's quite literally like, it does suck to die. It sucks to die, but you learn from it. Because you're not able to actually erase your own existence in the game, every time that you die, it's like, okay, what's that one movie? That one Nicolas Cage movie where, like, he can see a little bit into the future. You know that movie where, like, there's a bullet coming towards him, and he starts walking towards the bullet, and you see, it's called Knowing, and you see, like, a millions of him, like, appearing and getting hit, but the main him continues walking forward. That's what the Elden Ring and Souls series franchises are like, because it's like, you have to experience all these iterations, and yes, a lot of times you die in there. But just like what happened in that movie, and just like when Doctor Strange went and looked through all those timelines, how many is there that we win? One. And that's all you need. All you need to do is make it so that you are the one that wins this time. And when you do win, oh my god, that feeling whenever you do beat a boss, and you beat it just with your own skill, your own thoughts, because every boss has, like, a specific mechanic. No, well, not mechanic, but, like, moveset. Moveset is what I'm thinking of. Every boss has a specific moveset to go with them. And once you memorize that, and you have a good idea of what to expect from them every single time, then you just get so much pride when you actually kick their ass. It's so worth it in the end, honestly. I'm literally on the last bite of food, but I was talking about Elden Ring and nerded out for a second. But yeah, I plan on picking up Elden Ring again once I get a new controller for my PS4. My current one drifts really bad at random. Yeah, I have that issue with my Nintendo Switch a lot. Like, it's so bad that I had to get new Pro controllers to be able to play. But my PS4 controller also has that same issue. I recently played this game called Days Gone, and I beat the whole thing. But the biggest issue I had was that... So, the left joystick was for, like, moving around, right? The right joystick is also for moving around, except when you have your menu up then it's like, alright, which item do you want to use? Do you want to use a flamethrower? Do you want to use a health kit? Do you want to use something like that? And oh my god, trying to use the health kits was a nightmare. So because it's not even a pause screen when you do that, it just slows down time. So I can be running away from a horde of like 500 some zombies that are chasing after my ass, and I'd be like, okay, let me try to pull out my health kit. And I try to pull it out, and it's just like, it's not going in the correct direction because of the issues that it has. It drives me nuts. Oh my god. I'm trying to look through everything else because I'm curious if there's anything else that is occurring like in the world right now. I know this hurricane is still probably going really strong. It took forever for it to actually hit the land, but I think it's like going 140 miles an hour now, so it's like a Category 4 storm now, or a Category 4 hurricane. Terrifying. I would not want to be anywhere near that, but I also know that that just means that, like, after a while, where I live, we're going to be getting a bunch of storms too. And I'm hoping that it's just rain and nothing crazy, because sometimes whenever these types of crazy storms hit, we can get like hail, we can get like severe like flooding, things like that. And I'm always very curious about what the after effects of the actual storm is going to be. Wow, there's really not a lot going on online at least. I really need to get myself a new charging thing for my mouse, because, or maybe I just need a new mouse, because whenever I try to put this thing on the charger, it just refuses to work with me. Rechargeable wireless mouse. Like, I need to plug it in, but whenever I do, it doesn't actually stay plugged in. Oh god, same. I'm just waiting for the bad weather to kick in. I'm hoping it's just rain and maybe some cooler weather. I agree. I do not like the heat. I really dislike it. Like, I can deal with a comfortable heat, but where I live, we never get comfortable heats. It's always extremely hot, extremely dry, extremely, like, kill me in Minecraft type of heat. And honestly, I love sleeping in the, what's it called? I love sleeping in bed whenever there's a storm going on. It feels so nice, you know? It's like I'm sitting there and I'm sleeping, I'm like, ooh, this feels good. I'm just hearing the rolling of the rain hitting everywhere. Like, there's none leaking into my house. Hopefully there's none leaking into my house. I don't know if this is showing me looking up or not, but I'm looking straight up. And then, like, there's not thunder, or if there is thunder, it's like very, very soft thunder. And you can hear the wind a little bit, but it's not anything crazy. And that type of rain is so comforting to me. And I don't know why it is, but just the sound of it, it's so comforting. And that's also the same reason why I like whenever I take a shower or something like that. I just like sit in the shower and I'm just like, I just enjoy my entire time in there. There's just something about peaceful running water that just feels nice and is comfortable to experience. And I wonder if that has something to do with just humanity as a whole, because I know there's a lot of people that feel that exact same way too, where they're just like, oh yeah, I really love doing da 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 da, you know? Oh man, my braids itch a little bit. I probably need to put oil on them after stream. Man, there's really not much going on online, huh? Pat your head instead of scratching. Okay. It weirdly works better. Okay, I'm trying it now. Can you hear that? Do you hear that ASMR? Right next to my mic, doing it. Alright, I've done it. Oh my god, that's so weird. I tapped my fingers against my head a lot, and then I looked at my finger, and it's like in a square shape. It's like square because of the way that I was tapping it. That's really funny. Oh, I keep touching my mouse expecting to be able to move it, but I can't. Ugh. Ah. And I would charge it right now if I could, but like even if I try to do that, it's just going to unplug itself. Like, it's so annoying having to deal with that. Oh man, how do you guys recommend making friends? Like, finding people to play video games with. Preferably people that are not of the bad influence. Since I feel like I'm trying to find other VTubers that I can contact, or content creators in general I can contact and be like, hey, want a game or something? Just because a lot of the things I have interest in are games that I would rather play with other people. Like Stardew Valley, Sunhaven, Core Keeper. Like, there's a lot of games out there that I'm really interested in. I sort of found all my friends when I did Burlesque. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I have my online friends, of course, too. But they don't do content creation. At least they don't do it yet. If they ever do, I'm going to drag them into collabs with me. I'm going to be like, hey, you're collabing with me now. You have no choice. You hop on the call. Hop on the call right now or I'm kicking everyone's ass. That's what I'm basically going to be like. But a lot of them are just busy right now with their own things, which is why they haven't gone forward with it. But I'm also somebody that just actually really enjoys doing content creation. I really enjoy having certain periods of time to myself to just be able to do things I want to focus on myself. I do content creation once a year, and I barely consider it that to begin with. Oh, what type of content creation do you do? Like, I used to do a lot of YouTube shorts. Well, not shorts. YouTube videos. Like, heavily edited YouTube videos about stories of my life and all that type of stuff. But I kind of stopped doing that because editing all that stuff was so much work. And one of the things that really sucked is that I really love playing games, but I was never able to really meet people. And that's why I really like VTubing and live streaming, because I really enjoy the interactivity that you can get from talking and then people just being there. It's nice. It's fun. It's fun getting to meet people in this type of way. I review horror movies for the month of October. Ooh! Okay. That's pretty cool. Do you have any horror movies that you recommend? Give me at least 5 horror movies you'd recommend. Um, they don't necessarily have to be from this year, but just 5 that you'd recommend in general. I recently saw Alien Romulus. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Alien Romulus is what I recently saw. And honestly, it was pretty good. No spoilers, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Like, the dread was perfect, the fear, the helplessness, like that's a peak Alien movie right there. So I enjoyed it very much. I don't know if No, I think I would actually rewatch it. I would actually give it a rewatch. I enjoyed it enough to want to watch it a second time. And there's some movies that I'm just not like that for. Hush, Trick or Treat, Malignant, Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, and Insidious. You know, I don't think I've seen Hush, Malignant, or Insidious. I don't think I have, at least. I had to think of 5 because I've seen almost 700. That is insane. That is insane, and you are insane. Who watches 700 horror movies? That's crazy! Oh my god. Dang, you must really love horror then. I mean, that's really cool though. But like, dang, you know? Ooh, recently I watched, what was it? Was it A Quiet Place? Quiet Place Day 1, I think it's called. The one where the monsters come from the comets, land on Earth, and, you know, anybody that makes a noise, they just destroy instantly. Like, I saw that movie recently, and it was very interesting. My coworker played it for me at work on the weekend, because we had nothing else to do, honestly. And I was just like, okay, yeah, let's see it. And there was this cat in the movie, and I immediately looked up. I was like, does this cat die in the movie? I need to know. If this cat dies, I'm going to destroy everybody. We're not watching this movie today. And then it was like, no, the cat lives. And I'm like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God the cat lives. That's good news. That's great news. I like that. So, it was just very interesting. There's this one scene where they're on top of a roof. And, they're looking out at a fight that happened and somebody getting like instantly killed by one of these monsters, I think. And this dude, I guess, wakes up at the stairway and goes, "Hey!" And this other man comes up and just goes, "Shh." Like, grabs him by the mouth, puts his like finger up to his mouth and goes, "Shh." And then just sits there and holds it there, and then is like very clearly doing every motion that you can to tell someone to shut the fuck up. And then after like, I think it was like after a minute, he slowly removes his hand and the dude goes, "Help!" The dude just tries to yell help, and the man just takes his head, smashes it into the wall, and I think that kills him instantly. And I'm like, I don't even blame you. Dude, these people, they whatever they did, they saved your ass. They saved you. They saved you, and they're like, listen, be quiet. We need you to shut up right now. I would shut up. Like, why would you... Oh, I remember that scene. It made me mad too. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? These people did whatever they could to save you. Like, who knows what hell you were in before. But these people saved you. They got you into a safe spot. And one of them is telling you to be quiet. And everybody else is there. Like, there's people on this rooftop. There's people in the stairway. And they're all staring at you with wide eyes. Just like... And you're so oblivious that you go and you just immediately open your damn mouth again. God. That was so frustrating to watch. Oh, there's actually another part of the movie I want to talk about. So, the main character, she's like from a hospital, right? Like, I don't know how, but I missed the entire part where she had cancer and was dying. And that made the movie a lot more confusing for me. Like, I was like, oh, okay, so she's from a hospital. I didn't know what kind of hospital. I thought she might be from some type of living home or something like that. Or maybe even a mental hospital, because she seemed to have issues with being verbal already to begin with at the start of the movie. At least that's what it looked like for me. Who, I guess I wasn't paying attention or I missed something. But that's just what it looked like for me. I was sitting there like, oh, does she just have issues with speaking? Is there like something going on? And then all this stuff breaks out and she's really good about keeping quiet the whole time. And even when she's interacting with other people, she doesn't say much. She doesn't talk much. She just has her cat, and that's all she does, is focus on her cat, right? And I'm like, okay. But then you get to the end of the movie. She was terminal. That's why she was so determined to get pizza from that one place. Because she wasn't going to make it to the next trip that hospice was going to take. Yo! That's nuts! I thought she just really wanted that pizza. Oh my god, yeah, it never clicked for me that she was terminal. That's fucking crazy. And that also makes sense why she was so adamant about wanting that pizza at the beginning. Because I remember I was like, damn, do you really need this pizza so bad? When, like, there's mass panic that's occurring? And then I was like, now that makes a lot more sense. Because you know what? If I'm terminal and I'm dying, I want my fucking pizza. I want my fucking pizza. But then also the fact that the cat and the dude make it onto the boat themselves, and then she goes off on her own, and the movie ends with her taking her headphones out of her radio and just letting it play as a monster lands behind her. Dude, that is a way to go. That is a way to just be like, you know what? I'm done here. Like, why? That's such a level to it, you know? I mean, at least it'd be fast. I don't know if it'd be necessarily painless, but she came to terms with what she wanted to do. And it's not exactly like there was any easier way to go at that point in time. In fact, maybe she walked that far and then turned on her radio to give other people more of a chance. Like, other people that might still be nearby, a chance to get out. Because I feel like a lot of people were really just trapped. And her creating the noise with the cars to let the dude run with her cat. So, yeah! Dude, that was so fucking badass! Like, okay, but then it made me mad when literally he lightly tripped over something and all of them turned around. I was like, what? That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. You have car alarms going off everywhere around you, and then you just hear someone lightly, oh, and it's like, oh, I heard a noise. What was that? Must have been the wind. That made me mad when they all turned around, started running towards him. I was like, no, that's bullshit. There's no reason that needed to happen. That's just evil. The can making more noise than the cars made me so... Yes! Yes, it made me so mad! Like, one can! What would win? One can or 15 car alarms? That's right, the can. Because cans are heavier than metal. That's what it felt like. Ooh, I have my braids loose today, and it's very interesting just having them hit the sides of my neck whenever I go like wee 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 wee. It's actually very interesting because the amount of hair that I have, if it was accurate to my model, which it's not by the way, but the amount of hair that I have goes like shoulder blade length. So it actually goes down pretty far if I like straighten it. Look at me. Look at me with my afro. My little afro. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh boy. I'm trying to think of some other movies I've seen that made me lose my mind. And I can't really think of any. Oh my god! Yo! Okay. So, trigger warning, P. Diddy. So, P. Diddy's lawyer was up talking about him and was like, yeah, the reason he had 1,000 bottles of baby oil was because he buys them in bulk from Costco. And the Costco made a specific... Oh my god. I need to get rid of this. Ban. Goodbye. Alas, it is unfortunately my bedtime. Have a good rest of your stream. Thank you! But oh my god, so... Diddy's lawyer was like, oh yeah, he had 1,000 bottles because he orders them in bulk from Costco. Costco had to make a statement being like, none of the company's United States locations carry baby oil. Bro, can you imagine getting caught lacking that bad? That's insane. Like, Costco literally was like, you're not dragging me into this. No, not today, bro. You know, one thing that's really interesting to me about Costco specifically is they know how to make a specific type of... They know how to handle losses. And a lot of companies, I feel like, are very obsessed with the idea of going and always making profits. Like, always profit, and nothing else matters to them. However, Costco knows that certain things are fine to be losses because it draws people to get all the other stuff from them too. Like, that meal from Costco, it's cheap. It's filling. You can eat the whole thing and you'll be fine, right? But Costco knows that. They know that, and they know they take a loss from it. And they're like, we do this because we know for sure this would be good for people that want to come in. They would want to come in more often. They would enjoy not only our food, but the rest of the stuff that we have that is more expensive. Because everything there is in bulk. So of course it is expensive there too. Man, I really want to go through and make a, Oh boy. I feel like, in Once Human, I really need to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do with my build. I really do need to figure that out. I wonder if I can even get anything to charge my stuff with right now. So I do need to charge my mouse. But I don't want to have to start digging through cords and shit just to be able to do that. Oh my god. Oh, you know what? I was talking about how Nomura had an idea for, or is working towards the end of Kingdom Hearts as a series. I also want to talk about Gravity Falls because of that too. It's gotten a lot more popular again lately because of the Book of Bill, and about everyone's refusal to let Bill come back normally. It's very interesting to me because Alex Hirsch is I really enjoy the stuff that he made with Gravity Falls, but he also realized that when he was making Gravity Falls, Disney was like, alright, this is what you get, and then when it got to a certain point, they're like, alright, we want you to make more, and he's like, well, that's not exactly possible because you took so long in deciding that you want more that the story is ending. And that same thing happened with Steven Universe too, where, like, it took Cartoon Network forever to find out, oh, Steven Universe is actually incredibly popular. Maybe we should actually go through and, have more of it. Well, it's too late. There's nothing more we can do because the story that we designed, the story that we built and wanted to display with all of our heart has been cut down and had to be displayed in its barest of bones because we weren't given enough time to give it the credit that it's due. I just think about that a lot. Yeah, I think about that a lot. It's just like, it seems like a very rough thing to have to deal with when you're the writer or artist. Like, you're the person that helped make this entire thing possible. And you're like, you have a story that you specifically want to tell with the amount of time that your network gives you to tell it. So if they're like, hey, all you have is 2 seasons of 12 episodes per season. That's it. That's all that you have and nothing more. Thinking about that and then trying to put all of that in those 2 seasons and making sure that everything is timed well and good. And then you're halfway through the 2nd season, the final season, just to be told, hey, we want way more because apparently people really love this. It's like, dude, we could have had way more, but you were just too cheap with it. That's part of what really makes me mad about Netflix too, and why I don't have it. I know, what's it called? What's that one thing called? The Digital Circus is going to be on Netflix, and I'm like, oh, good for them. Good for them on being able to get money to be able to continue doing what they want to do, right? Because I did see that the artist behind it, the maker of Digital Circus, very clearly made a statement saying, all of the artistic things still belong to me. They're just giving me money to be able to air more of it on Netflix. And that's good. I'm happy for him. I'm glad that that is how it's going for him. Because Netflix usually takes really great series and then trashes them before they even finish. I remember this news article about this animation group that was working with Netflix, and they just were in the middle of having a party for their first episode. Um, it was either their first episode being finished or their first episode being debuted to everybody. And in the middle of their party, they were told, hey, the series is canceled. And I don't know if that's, we're going to air out whatever you have and the rest of it's trash or what. But that's got to be like an absolutely terrifying thing to have to deal with. And Netflix does that all the time with so many of their series. I mean, Santa Clarita Diet? That was amazing. I really enjoyed that show about just a zombie that keeps all of her sense of mind. There's something that was really, really cool about that. But of course, Netflix just hates fun and hates everybody, so we can't have good things. I don't think we are ever allowed to have good things, actually. Because there's actually a few Netflix shows that I really enjoyed watching, honestly. I feel like I'm actually running out of things to talk about. Which is kind of crazy. I feel like what I actually need to do for these streams is I need to have like a list of things that I want to talk about beforehand, at least while I'm small like this. Because whenever I go through and I start streaming and stuff like that, I sit here and I'm like, okay, what do I want to talk about today? What do I want to do? What do I want to, spend my time doing? And if I don't have a game that I'm playing, then a lot of it is just me being like, alright, let's YOLO, I guess. Let's YOLO content and see if I can actually yap for hours on end. And the answer is that I can. I've never actually done just talking streams before. Before being Pan Moran. But I want to be able to do this so that I can practice being able to talk more in a community setting. And I know there's probably not many people that are here. But I do appreciate everybody that does show up. And it is very nice being able to know that whether people come or go, there's people that do like what I say and what I talk about just enough to be able to hit me with that follow button, you know? It's very nice. It's very comforting. I probably am going to end it here. Just because, I have so much stuff I gotta do. I'm cleaning up my apartment, getting ready for a bunch of stuff. It's not a fun time. Let me see if there's anybody... Oh, raid. Here we go. I don't know what to play. Please help. Ooh. Karamaki-chan. You know what? Let's do Karamaki-chan. Yeah, let's do this. Alright. Well, it's been a great time talking with y'all. I hope that you guys have a really great rest of your day. Take care and make sure to rest, stretch, do whatever you gotta do. Why can I not raid this person? What is happening? Why can't I raid them? I want to raid a channel, please. Ooh, this person's playing, Elden Ring, actually. Can I raid them? Why can't I raid people? Okay, let me look this up. Why can't I raid people on Twitch? Why can't I raid people on Twitch? Okay. Because I really want to just be able to flat out raid, especially this person that finished here. Has not raided me. I can't raid them. Why can't I raid them though? That's what I don't understand. Why can't I just raid? What? Literally sitting here in the stream manager trying to raid people. SMH. SMH my head. Okay. Let me please raid somebody. Please God. Raid channel. Why can't I raid people? Okay, I give up. I was gonna raid, but you know, I guess I'm not gonna be able to. Alright. Well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure to stretch, drink water, all that good stuff. Bye bye.